Today, my topic is going to be on design aspects as well as the variation of BLDC motor for reduced cogging torque. So before starting this session, I was telling you this is a video series based on brushless DC motor and its design, right? So today we will be seeing about main impact in a BLDC motor, that is cogging torque, and through design variations, how we can mitigate or reduce this cogging torque and bring it to zero. So these things we'll be seeing in this session. Final model. So these are the original dimensions of this is actually a 6-slot 4-pole machine. 6 slots you are having, data slot, and a 4-pole machine. So this is the CAD layout with the dimension. Okay, this is being used in a powertrain application only, commercial powertrain application only. We have taken that motor and then only we have dismantled it, and we have taken the dimension and we have replicated here, right? So this is a complete solid model developed in the Magnet software. Here I have given a small hyperlink here. Click here for tutorial. Okay. I hope so these slides will be shared with every participant. So if these slides are being shared, you can just click here. This will take you to the video tutorial to how to develop this model. Okay, as well as the basic introduction which I have given so far. So since I have run fast, you can slowly view that video, and then also you can learn it. So that will be useful for you. Here, if you click it, it will direct you to that video only, right? So this is the complete machine parameter. What is the rated power, rated speed? This is a 120 watts, 3000 RPM BLDC motor. So here you have dimensions of these machines also. Based upon these dimensions, we have developed it. So this is the flux pattern, that is the output result which we have achieved through this software. Here you can see it is this is the output values are closely related with this machine parameters. So we can obviously say the model is correct and it has been validated. And the flux also, it is linking properly with this core, and you do not have any leakage fluxes. So the model is fine and it has been validated. And finally, you can take the torque results also. Here I can see the flux linkages, torque of the permanent magnet, the core energy, stored energy. So here I have made it as a tabular column, the results which I have got, that is from 0 degree to 360 degree, a complete rotation. I have rotated it and I have taken the readings. And if you see the properly, the flux linkages are pure sinusoidal and with proper phase shift. So this is the output cogging torque waveform. The cogging torque of this machine is initially 1.5. So this is what the results that are taken from the CAD. For this can be taken as our normal design of the motor. In this motor only, now what we are going to perform is that we are going to perform the cogging torque minimization technique over this machine only. So far we have designed we have seen the basics of the BLDC motor, and we have seen how to design it. We have done a commercial motor, taken a commercial motor, and we have designed it, and we have verified with the results. And now what we are going to do is that we are going to see the design variations for cogging torque reduction. So before in this section, what we are going to see is about the basics on, just a minute. Excuse me. So in this section, what we are going to say is about the cogging torque, basics about cogging and how it is being measured. What are the design variations are carried out in order to minimize this cogging torque, and how it is being analyzed in a commercial machine, right? This is what we are going to see. So basically, the periodicity of cogging torque waveform is achieved by these things only. That is by this equation only. So if you calculate the periodicity, what is the thing is that how much for verifying for 120 degree, how much cycle it is taking. So if your output waveform is taking 4 cycles for 120 degree, then you can say that the cogging torque waveform which you are achieved is exact and the machine model is validated. For that only you need the periodicity of this cogging torque waveform. This has been taken from the Infolitica website, that is the software from where we have purchased the software, that is Magnet software. That source itself, they have provided this calculating methodology. So with this, you can calculate the periodicity of periodicity of the machine, cogging torque, right? Next, if you see the basic fundamental form of cogging torque, it is half of this equation, that is flux of air gap by the ratio between the reluctance of air gap and the rotor position. So if you want to minimize this cogging torque, you should minimize either the flux of air gap or this ratio. So obviously you cannot reduce the flux of the air gap because this alone drives the motor. So if you are making this to 0, then definitely your rotor is not going to rotate. So what you need to do is that you should eliminate these things only. You should play the role with this reluctance of the air gap as well as the rotor position. So somehow, if you are going to manage this these two ratios, then only you are going to minimize your cogging torque. So this is the basic thing which we are taken into mind, and we are going to perform these things only. So with this basics, what are the variations that can be carried out so that your cogging torque can be reduced? So if you ask me, without cogging torque design variation, can we minimize the cogging torque? Yes, obviously. If you are going to reduce the torque ripple, if you do have many controllers to minimize the ripples, right? So if you are going to reduce the ripple, obviously this cogging torque will be reduced. But thing is that again you need to invest a control system over it and these things. So once idle manufacturing of machine is done, definitely there will not be cogging in your machine. So that is the basic idea behind it. So these are the design techniques variations that are carried out to minimize the cogging torque, that is skewing stator torque or the magnet skewing, and then using fractional slots per pole combination, and you are making a permanent magnet design in such a way that you possess a small cogging torque, and using different magnetic materials in the rotor which has different remanence value. This remanence value is the magnetic property of a permanent magnet, which is the key factor for cogging torque. So by changing different materials which is having various properties, you can reduce the cogging torque, right? So we will see the how this design variations is carried out and how technically it is reducing the cogging torque. Okay. So first one is skewing stator torque or magnet. So this is the basic layman explanation about the skewing. So as I said, the stator core is made of various stacks. Okay, thin stacks. For example, if your stator length is of 50 mm, it is made up of 51 mm thickness stacks. So these stacks are made once all together to make a single core, just like your book. Number of papers are being bounded to make a textbook or a note, right? In a similar way, number of stacks are being made to a single core. So what we should do is that we should show a small inclination in that is called as skewing. Small inclination. It should be like a tapered way. If you are doing like that, obviously the cogging torque will be, this is the cogging torque. Here you can see the cogging torque waveform from the first layer of the stator torque, and this is the cogging torque of the last layer of the stator torque. So you can exactly see whenever here it is maximum, this is negative of the same value. So when this is sum up, you are going to get a 0 value. So this is the layman explanation behind the skewing of stator torque. If you see here, whenever the core is skewed, the magnetic flux traveling through a varying reluctance over each magnet face becomes 0. Skewing is always done with respect to the slot edges. That is, this is the small inclination you are giving over the core, but the end stack should not affect the slot edges of the next teeth. So this you need to take care of. Okay, this phenomenon can be done on magnet also. Either the stator can be skewed or the rotor can be skewed, not both. Okay, so this we need to keep in mind, but generally the stators are being skewed because when you're skewing a permanent magnet, that will obviously increase again your cost. So that is create a problem. So this skewing is always done on the stator, most probably. And if you see, the skewing gives an undesirable effect. The losses can also be significantly increased. and the leakage reactance can also be higher because of that. So you need to have a optimal skewing angle. How an optimal skewing angle can be achieved? From these literatures, this equation is we have achieved. That is based upon your slot number and its least common multiple. You can calculate the least the skewing angle. Based upon that skewing angle, if you are skewing the stack based upon that, in that skewing angle, you will be having a less cogging torque. So this is based upon these two literatures. We have identified these things, and based upon that, for our design, what we have done, skewing is done with respect to the slot pitch. So the slot pitch is 3 over here. So what we have done is that we have taken one is equal to the slot pitch and another is half of the slot pitch. That is, our slot pitch is true. The skewing angle is given 3 degrees and it is being given 1.5 degree also. So this is our model. We are giving a 3 degree skewing. Okay. And then we are also giving a 1.5 degree skewing. So this is first design variation, that is skewing your stator stack. Okay. At the end, we will see the comparison of the cogging torque waveform. Okay. Next, second is using fractional slots per pole combination. This is obvious. So we know for every motor this is being carried out. That is, primary source of cogging torque is interaction between the magnet slot and the opening, right? So if you do something so that they do not interact, then it will make a great value, like the cogging torque will be reduced. So what generally it is carried out is, if you divide the number of slots and the number of rotor poles, it should give a fractional number. If it is there, definitely it will not be aligning with this 0 position. So this is a small logic. So this is called as fractional slots per pole combination, right? So here, if you can see, as each magnet in the rotor pass one stator teeth, the reluctance under the slot opening changes because of long flux path. Okay, so because of this long flux path, the reluctance are changing, and definitely that will create a cogging torque reduction. So if, see, here you are giving a shoe, right? If this shoe is not there, then definitely there will be more cogging torque. So what you can indirectly say is that this shoe is also helping in reducing cogging torque. Okay, because this is giving nearest flux path, it is reducing the flux path distance. So it is also obviously supporting us for reduced cogging torque. Okay, so the purpose of this shoe is cogging torque reduction. So this is what, for fractional horsepower motor, the slot opening is usually smaller than 1.5 mm. This is also we have taken from a literature. Okay, so if you see here, these fractional slots per pole combination, right? This logic can also be carried out in different ways. That is, first thing is number of slots. That is what I was telling in the very beginning itself. The number of slots in over the stator and in your rotor poles, if you divide, it should be fractional number. That is one. The next is slot opening. That is, here you can see, if you are keeping this opening more, your cogging torque will be more. So if you are reducing it, this is what I have given here. These shoes are also helping in reduction of cogging torque. So the number of rotor passing through the number of stator slots is being fractional, and in that case also it can be called as fractional slot by increasing the distance of this magnet. That is, if you are reducing the size of this magnet, what it will do? It will cross one stator teeth at one rotor pole. So it is carrying the original volume, right? Whereas here, if you see this diagram itself as an example, you are having a more magnetic length. Okay, one magnet is covering two teeth at the same time, right? Two stator teeth at the same time. But you know the logic, only one will be exacted, right, at a time, row. So what obviously you can understand is that, obviously, when the next cycle is coming, it is traveling over one opposite pole and one like pole and one unlike pole, right? So definitely when it is at unlike pole, it will attract, obviously the next will be of like pole, it will try to repel it. So this is what. So this will also reduce the fractional, sorry, this will also reduce the cogging torque. So this is what they are telling here, that is slot opening. And next is tooth width, that is the teeth width. By increasing the teeth width also, what you are going to do? In the first, this thing what we saw was the magnetic length, and the next is tooth length. If you are having a magnet small, you can increase the tooth length so that a more less magnet is traveling over the opposite pole, and another half of the magnet will be on the like pole. So this is the logic behind this. Another two techniques. So these are the references for fractional slots per pole combinations also. Here in our model, we have made the fractional slots per pole in this concept, that is reducing the pole shoe length and decreasing the pole shoe length. Okay, so here this is the gap. Okay, so by adjusting to various length gaps, we are done the design variation. And next is optimization of magnetic pole arc shape. That is, this is very obvious based upon the periodic position. Based upon this equation, what you can understand is that is in the fractional pole, I was telling 1 point, the length, the area of the magnet covered by teeth, right? So this is the ratio behind it. So what we are going to do is that we are going to show a design variation in the magnet, rotor magnet, right? So this is the rotor magnet. Here I have made a groove, that is I have made some groove shape design in the permanent magnet instead of plain core. So what I am trying to do is that I am trying to make the magnet to cover a, see here, if it is north pole means, right, this whole core is north pole, right? But if I am, when I am making a hole over here, definitely this will create a south pole. Am I right or not? So what I am trying to do is that I am trying to give a opposite pole by so that it will help in repelling that. So this is what the logic. So this can be done randomly as per your wish. So here I have given a groove shape and here I have given a step shape, so that I am just confusing the excitation happening in the stator slot. So this is the logic behind it, right? So these two shapes we have done. And finally, using different remanence value. As I said, the property of remanence is influencing higher on the cogging. So what I am going to do is that I am choosing two materials, that is neodymium and samarium cobalt. Okay, first is neodymium. Neodymium is having a remanence value of 14.3, right? And samarium cobalt is having a remanence value of 12. So by changing the magnetic material, I am just checking the cogging torque. So for these four design variations, that is skewing, fractional slots, pole arc shape, and remanence value, I am just checking the design variations, and I am checking the percentage of reduction. Here you can see the percentage of reduction is happening from the normal design to the design variation which we have done to this many extent. Okay, so for all the design variations, you are getting a cogging torque minimized value. And finally, this is a waveform representation of the numerical value which I have gained. The red color denotes the conventional design, and the green and yellow shows the design variations which we have shown, right? So this is the overall sum up. So we can see that as per the theory, when you are showing a design variation, the cogging torque is being reduced. So this is an important section. Here you are having a commercial BLDC motor. Here you can see that I have disassembling the motor, and we have taken the dimensions of it. This is the driving circuit of this motor. What we have done is that we have practically measured the cogging torque in the test bench itself. Okay, so here you can see the test bench, and over that we have placed that motor, and we have an external load connected to it. Over this, I am hanging the weight. Okay, so I am also measuring the diameter of the external load which I have connected, right? So I am having a small demo video for you. It is you can see the how the experimentation is carried out. Here, I hope so you are seeing the video, right? Is my video visible?
Sir, no, sir. Video is not visible, sir.
Okay, video is not visible. Okay, fine. In the slide, you can find the video. But anyhow, I will tell the logic. What you need to do is that if you click this thing, you will be finding the video along the folder. I will do in such a way. Then when you are adding the weight over here, what it will do is that you need to add the weight till it is taking the first step of rotation. So once it has taken the first step of rotation, you should stop adding the weight. You should measure the diameter and the weight you have done. Okay. After that, you need to do this calculation. Okay. You need to perform this calculation. If you perform this calculation, you will be getting the cogging torque of this machine. So you have got the cogging torque as 0.1. Okay. So now what I have done is that I have taken that model into the magnet software. I have designed it, and this is the dimensions, and these are the rated value of that machine. And we have taken the cogging torque waveform also in that. So the experimentation result was 0.1, whereas the simulated result is 0.08. This is because the materials which we have used is not exactly the materials used in the motor, as well as the cogging torque which we have measured is like test bench methodology only. It is very old method to measure it. So we have used that method itself and we have checked it. Okay, so somehow it is relating with that. So what I am trying to conclude is that similarly, if I am going to perform the cogging torque variations, whatever the variation which I have performed in the magnet software, if you are going to get a manufacturing also, then also you will be getting the reduced cogging torque machine. Right? This is what I am trying to conclude in it. So still these whatever the design variation which I have shown to you is open research only, is under research only. You can just perform it and you can carry it to the next level. Apart from that, in the field of before coming to that, I will tell another important point also. For the quite few periods, we have bought some few e-vehicle, that is two-wheelers. In that also, in particular model, I'm not ready to disclose the model name and these things. They have region in them, right? They have region in them. What I experienced is that when the bike received our laboratory, was coming to our laboratory, we are experiencing this torque at lower speed. So still in the manufactured model itself, you can find this cogging torque. So still this cogging torque is an open research gap only. You can take it to further level so that it will be helpful for you in the field of research. Apart from that, in the field of electrical vehicle, we have few research gaps, like in charging. If you see the battery charging capacity, it takes long time. How to reduce it? Then the charging station infrastructure. Till now in India, charging station infrastructure has not been initiated. So that would be very helpful, right? So it would be very helpful for you if you are developing a charging infrastructure with a modern charging capability. Even in our laboratory also, we are developing a charging infrastructure. In Chennai at Maraimalai Nagar, we have a fuel station. We are just planning to convert that into a EV charging station. If we are doing that, how it can be commercially attract the consumers in that way, and we can go for wireless charging. And next is machine design improvement. So machine design improvement, you need to see, we are having more MOEs signed up. When we are talking with the industry people, what they are telling is that who is ready to start up in launch an electrical vehicle in our own country, what they are worried about the motors, because they need to import it from China, right? So in China, what they are doing is that they are having a universal motor for everything, not for a critical to electrical vehicle. They are not developing any traction motor critical to the electrical vehicle. They are developing a traction motor which is universal. So that will not serve our own purpose. So those who are ready to give a startup in our own country, they are very much worried about manufacturing our own machine. And the interesting factor is that in the last design variation, because of running out of time, I just went very fast. In the last design variation, that is remanence value, I was telling about magnetic materials. In that, I was also speaking about samarium cobalt. The samarium cobalt is available within our own country itself. So if you are tried, but the performance is lower when compared with neodymium. Okay. So for neodymium, we need to depend upon foreign countries. So what I am trying to tell is that if you are having samarium cobalt itself as a core material, even though you are matching the performance through some design variations or something to the neodymium magnet, then just imagine it will cut off how much price. So to manufacture a less cost effective brushless DC motor, you can take your research in this way also, right? And finally, you have also like control system areas. In that control system areas, now you need to have a control system to drive the BLDC motors and these things, right? So the reducing the number of switches in the power electronic circuit, and the rotor position error will also happen. So for that, you can think about observers, how to reduce that errors using the observer. And because of region, I was telling about region, right? When I was riding that e-bike, the region was happening that was really irritating my driving experience. So what we can do is that instead of that region, you can go for this KES, that is kinetic energy recovery scheme. While running itself, your backup should be taken in that way. So here also the researchers are going on. So these are the few researchers which I have found in this past 1 year only. So you can make use of it, and you can fulfill your research gap. And yeah, with this I am concluding my session. This is my profile, and this is my social networking. You can just link with me or something. You can follow me up in this social networking. You can also call me in my personal number, or you can mail me for any other this thing. And yeah, with this, thank you for everybody.